Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now, have I got a little surprise for you? I am going to show you how to make this beautiful, beautiful blanket. Now, so what I'm going to do is, this video today is how to do this stitch. The border, how to do the rib border will be on a different video. It's going to take too long to do both of them together. So we're doing this crocodile stitch. It's really beautiful. Some people call it a scale stitch. You can use this for the mermaid tail type things as well. If you do them in beautiful emerald blues and greens, it'll look like a dragon scales. You can do them in golden colours for fish scales. Really pretty. I think it would be beautiful in different shades of yellow and gold. Absolutely beautiful. Stunning in white. I have got a little project on the go in white with this. It's beautiful in white. So what I did to finish my blanket, I just bought some of this ruffled lace. I got it on Amazon. I'll put a link down under the video that you can go and have a look at different lace. Now, I don't know if I'll manage to find a link again for this pretty one, but there's lots of different ruffled lace. This is called satin trim lace. Ruffled satin trim lace, and you can find it on eBay and Amazon. I got a bow. I didn't have the time to make my own bows, so I bought one of these. These are big crocodile hair clips, and they're great because you can detach them. If you sell your blankets, you can put one of those on, and the parent can take it off and use it in the child's hair when they're a little bit older. But you can make this blanket, you can make it as big as you want. You can do it for a cot, you can do it smaller for a Moses basket. This size is for a large pram. It's for the really large size pram. This one is a neon pink and a light pink. This is red heart as well. The cheapest place I found it was on Lovecrafts. I used to buy it from Amazon all the time, and it was getting a little bit expensive, so I had to change where I was buying it, and I came across a website called Lovecrafts, and you can get this. Some of their yarn is only like £1.20. Some of it on the clearance you can get it for 80 odd pence a ball. I love the Karen Simply Soft and the Red Heart, and they've got a baby Red Heart that's only £1.99 a ball. Well, on Amazon I was paying £3.45 for it, but it's so much cheaper. I'll leave a link in the bottom because the Red Heart yarn makes a stitch absolutely beautiful. It really does. But you can use any yarn. Don't think for a minute that you've got to go and buy this yarn. You don't have to. If you're in the UK and you have a Home Bargains and they've got 99 pence yarn, try that. Just make sure you've got enough. That's all you have to do. You can do this with really cheap yarn. You can do it with very expensive yarn. It's up to you. You can do it with any yarn at all. And if you sell them and you make this with the 99 pence one from Home Bargains, or stuff that's on sale in your Michael's store or your Target or anywhere like that, you can make this, but make sure you have enough. I did 23 rows of scales on my blanket. I have 11 on the bottom row and then 10 on that one, like I said already. If I measure it, my blanket, when I measure it, has turned out to be 20, included, depends on your border and how big you make your border. I've got 22 inches that way. That's 56 centimeters, and it's 22 inches. And I know going up the way I'm at 26. It's 26 inches going up and down, and that is 66 centimeters. Now your blanket might not turn out that size. It might be slightly bigger or slightly smaller, depends on your tension. and it depends on how many stitches you use your border for. Now the border will be on a different video. So enough talking, let's get on with this stitch. I'm going to show you how to do this beautiful crocodile or scale stitch, and it's wonderful, it really is. Scale stitch or crocodile stitch. I'm using this Red Heart Super Saver. This is my last ball of Red Heart. So I'm going to make my slip knot. You make your slip knot whatever way that you normally make it, and I'm going to do a chain. So for my little sample that I'm going to do, I'm going to chain, I'll do about 36. As long as you do your chain in sets of 6, and then we'll add 3 stitches. The 3 stitches that we add will become our first treble crochet, just to keep the count correct. So we're going to yarn over and pull through, and we're going to do a chain. Just keep putting your yarn over and pulling it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each set of 6 should give you 2 of the sections you need in your foundation chain. I'll bring my pink one in. This is what your foundation chain is going to look like. It's going to have these little V sections on it. Each set of 6 stitches I'll give you 2 V's. So I'll just explain that a little bit more. So I've got 2. I'll do my chain. You do your chain the length that you want in sets of 6 stitches, and then we'll add 3 more. So I've got 36 stitches on for my sample that I'm going to do. I'm going to add another 3. 1, 2, 3. Now that 3 becomes one of your first treble crochets. What we're going to do is into the 4th stitch in the chain, don't count the loop on the hook. We're going to count 1, 2, 3 and 4. You're going to go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So you've made 2 stitches. That's going to be the end section of your foundation chain. We're going to be putting a crocodile stitch in around that area there. What you're going to do is chain 2, 1, 2. You're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and do a treble crochet into the next stitch, 1, and do another one into that same stitch, that's 2. You're going to do that all the way along to the end. Now you need an odd number. Remember that you need an odd number, because what we're going to do is we're going to, when we get to the end, we're going to crocodile stitch one section, miss a section, crocodile stitch a next section. So when you've done this, make sure you've got an odd number of these clusters. So chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2, and put 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. Chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2, and 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. So when someone says you need 6 stitches for a pattern, what we've done here is you've got your skip 2, you've put 2 into that 1, that makes 3, you've skipped another 2 and put 2 into the next one. That's where you've used up your 6 stitches along here. You've used up your 6 stitches. So 6 stitches makes 2 of these sections. So I'll put another one into there. And you're going to do that all the way along to the end. So I've got my little sample. Now you should have an odd number of these sections. I've got 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So you need an odd number of these V clusters. This is the second row that you'll repeat every time you do your blanket. So you'll repeat this row every time once you've done a scale section. Sorry about sun coming in the window. Every time you've done a scale section, you'll do this row on here, and I'll show you how to do that. That's what the repeat is. That's what the back looks like. Absolutely beautiful, this blanket. So what I need to explain with this is, a traditional crochet, you'll chain so many and then you'll turn your work and you'll work back that way. You're not going to do this with this stitch. With this stitch, we're going to work like this. We're going to work in these sections. We'll start with this section, we'll miss this section, we'll do this section, miss this one, do this one and miss this one. Now the most complicated thing about this stitch is how you hold it. You'll have to find a comfortable way to hold it, because we're going to work like this, up and down your ladder. It's like a little ladder, and we're going to work up and down the ladder. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put 5 treble crochets down this part of our ladder, and we'll turn it and we'll do 5 coming back up the way. We'll skip this section and we'll move to this section. We're going to put 5 treble crochets down this way and 5 up that way. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now you're going to chain 3. This is your first treble crochet. So 1, 2, 3. That counts as your first treble crochet. We're going to put 4 more around this post. We're going to work around this section of our ladder. The easiest way for me to explain it is like a ladder. Yarn over and you're going to go around that post and finish your treble crochet. If you're in another country, this is a double crochet. So that's 1 around that post again, that's 2, another 1, that's 3, count the chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, and that's 5. I'm going to move that tail out of the way. Chain 1, remember to chain that 1. It's the chain 1 that gives you the point in your scale. The chain 1 makes it kind of pointed at the bottom. So as you can see, this is the way we're working. We're working down like this, and we're creating these scales that when it's turned the right way, it looks like this. It's really pretty. So we're going to chain 1. Now we're going to work up this side. Don't get confused and don't use that side. Keep them sort of split apart. We're going to come up this one. So turn your ladder that way. So all you're doing is you've worked along that post there. Turn it that way so the ladder's at the top of your hand. And this is the fiddly part. Put your yarn over, and you just might have to twist, put your finger under so you can see that post, and go under there and around. You can fold it over if you want. You're going to put 5 treble crochets around that post. So that's 2. So I'll show you what it looks like. We've got it turned that way. and we're working along that post. I've got 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can use any yarn that you like for this. Now chain 1. Now what you're going to do is you're going to skip that one. Don't do that one. Skip those 2 there, and we're going to work in this one. So turn the ladder so it's down this way. So that's you made one scale. You've made one scale. You're going to skip that one. Make sure you skip the one in between your scales. We're going to move to this next one. Put your yarn over and go under. Push that to the side. That one. So you've got your 2 posts. We're going to work down that one and turn it and come back up that one. So put your hook under the post, just push that scale you've already done down like that. So your ladder this time is down the front here. We're going to do 5 treble crochets. That's 1. Around that post, that's 2. 3, 4 and 5. Chain 1, remember that, chain 1, and turn your ladder around. So now your ladder is on this side, it's going down that side, and we're going to work our way up that post. So yarn over and put 5 treble crochets around this post. The hardest thing is holding it, finding a way to hold it. And look at that, you've made one scale and you've nearly made another one. That's 2, 3, 4 and 5, all around that same post. You've got to chain 1, get some more yarn. So we've did a chain 1. Just turn your ladder so it's facing this way again. It's down the front of your hand. We're going to skip those 2. We'll always be skipping a section. So it's make one scale, then skip a set, make one scale, skip this set, and we're going to move to this set. Just pull your hook over, yarn over. We're going down this one, put 5 around this post. A little bit fiddly again. You might help a lot better if you fold it, just scrunch it up. Don't be afraid to scrunch it up. That's 1. So around that post we're going to put another 4. That's 2. We're going to do 5 altogether. 3, 4 and 5. Chain 1 and turn your little ladder. Just turn it around, and we're going to work back up this side of that second little ladder around that post. 5 treble crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. A chain 1, and we'll move to our next section. Skip that section out and move to this section here. So I've got to my last two. I'm going to skip this one and I'm going to work this one. So just going to pull it over and fold it so I've got that first one of that set of two there, and put my hook through and work around that post. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my chain 1, and I'm going to work up this very last one. Now that's why you need an odd number of those sections. Make sure you've got an odd number of them so that you can start on a scale and finish on a scale. So yarn over, I've done my chain 1 and I'm going to put my last 5 treble crochets up the side of this post. That's 2, 3, 4 and 5, and that gives you your first line of scales. So you can do your chain as long as you want, is make it the length that you want and use sets of 6, but once you've done all your little sections, check them and make sure you've got an odd number of these on your line before you start, because you're going to crochet 1, miss 1, crochet 1, miss 1, crochet 1, miss 1. Even if you say that to yourself all the way along, you've got to end up with a crochet 1 on the end. So what you're going to do now is, into this space I'm going to slip stitch. So just put your hook through, pull your yarn through and slip through that stitch, and that's you got your little set of scales. What we're going to do is we're going to make another foundation row to work along. So we need to do this row again, and this will be your 2 repeats. You'll do this row first, then your scales, then another row like this, then work your scales along, and then do another row like that. So you're working that one row and then working it again to put the sunshine coming in there, to put your scales on. So we've slip stitch into that space. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and put a treble crochet into that big space. So that gives you your first next section. That gives you your first section. Chain 2, 1, 2. Now in between here, the ones that we missed, this is the section we missed. Now what you're going to do is yarn over, keep that part there, you want to work around it, and put your hook through the top of there. If you can see, there's a little line. Go just under the stitch, right through, make sure that one is there, pull through, do your treble crochet, yarn over and work through there again. Just go through in between those 2 scales and make your V-stitch. Chain 2, move to this one, and into the hole in there you're going to do a V-stitch. So put 2 treble crochets or 2 double crochets if you're in another country. Chain 2 all the way along. So in between here, make sure you put 2 trebles in. If you leave it and you've only got 1, and if it's right in the position where you're going to put if it's right in the position where you're going to do one of your scale stitches, you're only going to have 1 post and you won't be able to complete it, and you'll need to rip it all out. Make sure you've got 2 in each one. So into the middle of these ones again, into the top of that stitch. I'll show you where we are on the back. So go through there into the top of that stitch, right through, and put 2 treble crochets. Make sure you put 2, then chain 2 and into the next scale, chain 2 and into the last one put 2 treble crochets. That's 1 and 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put one of the scale stitches in this section. We're going to miss that section, miss that one. All the ones that have got a scale already, we're going to miss those. We're going to work in these ones in between each scale. So you're going to just chain 1, just 1. Now we're going to work down this way. We're not turning it, we're keeping it to the front, and we're going to work on this one. So put your yarn over, leave that one, and we're going to work in between those 2 scales on these 2 posts in this V-stitch here. So just squish it in, and just separate those 2 stitches and put your 5 treble crochets around that post. Now it is a bit fiddly. Make sure that stitch doesn't get too slack. So around that post with your 5 treble crochet, 1 chain, and you'll come 5 up the other side. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and 5, and chain 1, now you're going to turn it and work up the other side. There's the other side of that set of 2. Yarn over, just squish it in so you can see where you're going, and put your 5 treble crochets or your 5 double crochets if you're in the USA or another country. 3, 4, and 5. Remember your chain 1, and we're turning it around again. So we're going to skip that one and move in between to the section in between. So skip that one and work that one. And what we'll be doing is working down that section of it and up that section. Skip that one, and we're going in between the scales. We're going to work this one, 5 treble crochets down that post, and turn it and put 5 coming up the way, and that's what gives you this scale shape like this. It's really pretty. You'll miss that one, work the one in between, miss that one, work that one, miss that one, work that one, till we get to the end, and I'll show you what to do when we get to the end one, because we won't be working the end one on this side or that side. We didn't work it, and as you can see what it's doing, it's putting your scale stitch, your next row, in between those ones like this. So this is where we are now. We're working along here. So as you can see, you've got your 2 here and then 1 in there, 2 there and 1 above it, 2 there, 1 above it, staggering it, and that's what's going to give it this really pretty pattern like this. So this is what we have now. We've got the missed one that we missed here on the end, and I'm at my last one here that we haven't done. I've done my 5 treble crochets and I've done my chain one. So what we're going to do is, into this one here, we're just going to put a slip stitch. Into this last one, just slip stitch into the middle of that one. It's easier to do it from the back than it is from the front. And turn it back around. So what you're going to do is chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your first treble crochet. So in between these two on this one, put one more treble crochet. You're going to chain 2. We're going to do our next little ladder sequence. So into the middle of this one, put your 2 treble crochets. Now remember and do 2 treble crochets. Chain 2, and again into the middle. It's open up here at the top like this, but keep that chain 1 up there so that when you go through this stitch here, that it's going to lock that into place. It's going to hold that in place up there so you won't have a hole in your blanket. Another treble crochet in that space. Chain 2, 1, 2, and put 2 treble crochets in the middle of this scale. Chain 2, and we're going to put 2 treble crochets into the top, in through that hole there. That's the top of your stitch. I'll show you on that side. So you're going into the top of there, in through that hole. Put your 2 treble crochets. Chain 2 and 2 into the next scale. Now when you get to the last one, you've got this one here and you've got these 2. Just like you've been doing already, just go into the top and put 2 treble crochets into the top of those 2 trebles on that bottom row. Before you start doing your next row, check you have 2. Check you've got your 2 trebles and not a 1. Make sure you've got 2 in each section. So we're going to just repeat this bottom row here. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That becomes your first treble crochet. Now around this one, put 4 more treble crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now remember the chain made number 5. Chain 1 and turn. So we're going to turn it all again, and we're going to do our 5 treble crochets up this side. Just squish it in. By now you should be able to find a way just to hold it that's comfortable. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 1. These make beautiful toppers for a pram. Now again we're going to move over. We've got one here, so we're going to skip that one and move in between. From now on you'll be putting your scales in between the ones on the row below, and this is what you're going to get. So we've done one here, we'll skip that one and work that one. So work in between these 2, and then in between these 2, and in between those 2, and you will work the end one on this row. So every alternate row you'll have one where you're missing your last 2 stitches, and the next one it'll be worked like this. And that's how you continue your scale stitch, and do it as big as you want, you do it as wide as you want, as long as you're doing it with six stitches in your foundation chain. And make sure you've got an odd number of these sections, these V sections. Make sure you start with an odd number in your blanket, or it won't work out properly. And pretty soon, I'll put that up there, you'll have this. So I'm going to work some more of this one, work it up to the height that I need, and then in another video I'll show you how we put the edge all along the bottom. So I'm going to work some more of this, and then I'll come back and show you how to finish off your blanket. And that is how you do this crocodile stitch. Now remember, the video was on the stitch itself. The border is on a different video because it would take too long to do both of them together. I'll leave a link under the video for the Lovecrafts website for the Red Heart yarn. You'll get it in that neon pink and a light pink, or any other colour. You can do these any colour you like. I'll find a link for the lace, maybe not particularly this one, but I'll find a link for Amazon, and I'll put them on my Amazon influencer page, where you can buy bolts of, or like big lengths of really pretty lace to put on your blankets. I'll also put a link to my Amazon influencer page for the bows. These are, I think they're 4, they might be 5-inch bows, these ones, and they were really cheap. I actually got, I think it was under £10, and I got 40. I got 40 of them, all different colours, and they're really pretty. And if you can't make bows, or even just don't have the time to make bows, these are really pretty as well. I love the I really like the ribbon that it's made with. The ribbon is called a goss grain. Goss grain ribbon. I used to always call it cross grain, but it's not. It's a goss grain ribbon. So make sure that, and actually it's a bit better than the satin ribbon. They look nicer, and they look a lot more sturdy. It's quite thick as well, so it's really pretty. A really pretty bow. I'll leave a link down in the video. So thank you very much for watching. Please click on the subscribe button, and also if you click on the bell icon, then YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial. And that way, if you click on the bell icon, it'll tell you when I upload this one. If you give me a couple of days, I'll get my video edited, and I'll get this ribbon border put up on my channel. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.